and I'm really excited. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really exciting video. I'm going to be doing a book haul. I decided to splurge on a bunch of books I've been wanting. I realized on my physical TBR shelf I didn't have a lot of romance, so I decided to buy some books, and a lot of these are romance books, but there's two. It doesn't matter because I'm going to show you. Okay, so this video is going to be a haul of the books I bought recently, and I think I have 10 books, and I'm really excited. I don't know which ones to show you first. I just realized it says as seen on TikTok. Can you see that? As seen on TikTok, and it's not even a removable sticker, it's just on the book. That is so annoying. Anyways, I feel like I haven't even seen this on TikTok a lot, but anyways, this is a romance fiction novel, and it is called The Things We Leave Unfinished. Two timelines in this book. It follows a 28-year-old girl named Georgia, and I believe her grandmother is an author, and she ends up passing away. And I guess they have someone that is gonna finish the book the grandmother was writing, because she didn't end up finishing it before she passed away. So there's an author named Noah who Georgia comes across, and I guess it's about their romance, and then also about the grandmother's romance in the past with her husband, which is Georgia's grandfather. I believe that's what this is about. I heard this is a very, very sad romance book, so I've heard a lot of good things about it. I'm excited to read this. Sometimes you just gotta read sad romance books, you know? This is called Flawless, called the Chestnut Spring series. So there are 2 more books after this one. They're companion novels, and they're all romance. I think they're all based within the same town. Follows a cowboy, I believe, or something like that, or he's like a bull rider. I don't know. I heard really good things about this author, and I know a lot of people have enjoyed her writing and companion novels that go with. This is the first book in the Chestnut Springs series, like I said, Flawless. Then it goes Heartless, then it goes Powerless. A 4th book called Reckless, and then I think there's going to be a 5th book, but it's not out yet. So yeah, all of these books in this series are companion novels, so you don't have to necessarily read all of them because they're all separate romances just within the same world. But I heard a lot of good things about this, so I wanted to pick it up. Next, we have Magnolia Parks. Heard a lot of mixed reviews about this, but some of my favorite YouTubers have talked really highly of this book, and they enjoy Jessa Hastings' writing. This is called Magnolia Parks, and it is a romance novel, and I believe there's a 2nd book that follows the characters in this book, but the 1st book is Magnolia Parks, and there's Daisy Hates, which is the 2nd book, but it follows, I think, the girl in this book's best friend. So Magnolia Parks' best friend, Daisy Hates, and I think it's about her romance, and then the 3rd book comes back to Magnolia Parks, and then the 4th book is the 2nd book to Daisy Hates. So they are, I believe they're also, all of those are companion novels, so there's 4 books in this series, and it follows 2 different romances, but this one follows Magnolia Parks and her romance. I heard the romance in this book is kind of toxic. But yeah, I heard a lot of people don't love this because of the toxicity within the romance. I don't know, I heard it's kind of drama filled, and I don't know, I think I'm gonna like this because the people that have talked good things about it, I trust. So I'm like really excited to read this, and it's also just beautiful. All of her covers for this series are so beautiful. I'm excited to read this. Let me know if you've read this and your thoughts are on it. So you can see I bought a lot of the first books within like companion series because I'm trying to be more cautious of buying books and not just like buying a whole series before I like dip my foot into the series, because what if I don't end up liking it, you know? I don't want to waste my money. So yeah, I'm testing out first books in some series. Yeah, let me know if you've read this, and yeah, I'm excited. Another book that is a part of a series that is like, everyone is talking about this book on TikTok. I unfortunately was like, I want to see what this hype is all about. And honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Let me show it to you. So, this is Binding 13. It's the first book in the Boys of Tommen series. I believe there's 3 books and there's gonna be a 4th one. Anyways, these books are I heard they're very character driven, found family. We'll get very attached to the characters in this book. It's not really heavy plot based, it's more character driven, which I feel like is why I might not enjoy it. I heard the first book is really hard for people to get into, but once you get into it, like, you can't stop. This is a hefty book, so, and it was not the cheapest book, I believe. Yeah, this is a little over 500 pages. Actually, this is 577 pages, so it's pretty thick. So like I said, I wanted to see what all the hype was about, but honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it just based on the tropes and what I've heard. But we'll see. If I end up liking it, I will end up buying the other 2. The cover is kind of really ugly. This looks like it reminds me, it's giving Tumblr, right? Anyways, I'm stretching my legs. Okay. That was the 4th book. I have 6 more books to show you. I'm gonna break it up and show you just a fiction book. So I picked up this book, The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I've heard so many good things about this on the internet, and also a coworker of mine recommended this book to me. This is just straight fiction, and it follows a family in the mid-70s, and I believe it's during Vietnam War, and just follows a family and their struggles they face during that time. This was a Goodreads best historical novel. Yeah, so this is historical fiction, which is something I don't typically go for, but I heard this story is really compelling and a lot of people loved it, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Okay, back to romance. The next book I have is All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. As most of you know, I love Mariana Zapata. She's probably top 3 favorite romance authors for me. She's known for her slow burns, Grumpy Sunshine, which are both of my favorite tropes, and this book has those tropes. I don't entirely know what this book is about, but it's romance, and like I said, it has those tropes, which immediately I'm checked in. And like, let's read it. So I believe it takes place in like a small town. I don't know, sounds good. Like anything, I will read any book by Mariana Zapata. I have a couple more that I haven't read by her, so if I like this, I will be ordering the rest of her books that I haven't read. Next we have, this is Mile High by Liz Tomford, and this is the first book in the Windy City series, and then we have the second book, which is called Right Move, the second book. And I believe they're both companion novels, so they both take place in Chicago, and both of these books are sport romances. So this one follows a hockey player, and then I believe Right Move follows a basketball player, Chicago basketball player. So yes, both of these are fiction, romance, and they are sports romance, which I honestly don't really care for sports in real life, but I do enjoy a good sports romance. But I heard a lot of people are enjoying Right Move more than this one. This is the first book in the series, even though it's companion, so I don't think you necessarily have to read this one to read Right Move, but I just want to read them in order, and I might as well read the first book first. I enjoy sports romance, so I was like, might as well pick it up. Also, I do live in Chicago, so not that that matters, but I feel like if it references Chicago, I'll be like, places in Chicago, I'll know what they're talking about. So yeah, honestly, I got this book so that I can possibly get to the second. Hopefully I enjoy it so I can buy Right Move, because I heard people love that. Honestly, I feel like if I don't enjoy this one, I'm still gonna end up buying the other one because people are saying that one's better. I've never read anything by this author, but we shall see. Also, the cover is pretty. Okay, I only have 3 left. I'm gonna break it up again and talk about my last one of the books. The other book I have that isn't romance, so this is called What My Mother and I Don't Talk About. This is edited by Michelle Elgett. I'm so bad at pronouncing things, so who knows if that's right. So this is called What My Mother and I Don't Talk About. This consists of 15 essays from different people, I believe. And again, it's edited by Michelle. And yeah, I guess it's just a bunch of essays about people's relationships with their mother. I don't know. I've heard things about this, and you know, I don't want to, like, when I don't want to read just romance or fiction, I want to like make sure I always have a book on hand that is more of like a biography memoir style. So this is why I picked this up. Yeah, I will let you know what I think. 2 more books. The second to last book I'm going to show you is My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington, L.J. Shen. So, I believe this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. I could be wrong. Is this by 2 different authors? It is. That's interesting. Okay. This is Enemies to Lovers, and it's also, there's a marriage of convenience trope in this book, which, if it's done right, will be so good. I think it's like fairy tale-esque romance, and Enemies to Lovers, marriage of convenience, like I said, sounds really good. And one of my favorite YouTubers, Sarah Caroli, she really enjoyed this book, so I honestly will read most of the books she reads because she has good taste. So I'm hoping I like this. Also, it's kind of out of my comfort zone because it's more of like a fairy tale fantasy romance, I think. Maybe not though. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Cover's cool, romance. Sounds like it's up my alley. We'll see. I will show you the last book. So cute. In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. This is romance, small town romance, second chance romance. It follows Shay. Her grandfather dies and he left her a tulip farm, and she goes there and she runs into someone from high school named Noah, and he's always had like the biggest crush on her. I don't necessarily know if this is second chance, but basically they went to high school together and they run into each other years and years later because of her grandmother leaving this tulip farm to her, and he lives next door to the tulip farm or something like that. So, oh, I think this is also marriage of convenience. I don't know. I do enjoy those tropes, so we'll see if I like this. This is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you've read any of those books. My next video will be my April reading wrap up, and then my TBR for May. But yeah, let me know if you've read any of those books, and thank you so much for watching.